Hare Krishna. We are in the third chapter of Bhagwat Gita as it is, which is the Karma Yoga. And every shlok of this chapter is an eye-opener. In the previous verses, we understood who is an ignorant person and who is a knowledgeable person or a tattvavit. In case you have missed out watching the previous videos, then you must watch to have a clear idea of whom is Krishna calling a tattvavit and who is an ignorant or vimhud atma. Now in today's shlok, we will see that what is Krishna advising to the knowledgeable persons. First, let's recite the verse, shlok number 29. Prakrite gun sammodha sajjante gun karmasu tan akritsya vido mandan kritsnavit vichalayet. Prakrite gun sammodha sajjante gun karmasu tan akritsya vido mandan kritsavit vichalayet. Word meanings: Prakriteh, impelled by the material moods. Gun sammodhah, befooled by material identification. Sajjante, become engaged. Gun karmasu, in material activities. Tan, all those. Akritsna vidah, persons with a poor fund of knowledge. Mandan, lazy to understand self-realization. Kritsnavit, one who is in factual knowledge. Na, may not. Vichalayet, try to agitate. Translation: Krishna says that the people bewildered by the three modes of material nature. The ignorant fully engage themselves in material activities and become attached. But the wise should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior due to the performer's lack of knowledge. Krishna is saying that the people, those who are ignorant and are bewildered by the three modes of material nature, they are fully ignorant. So they engage themselves in the material activities and they become attached to it. But the wise people, the learned and knowledgeable, should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior due to the performer's lack of knowledge. Now let us read the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnavo ki jai. Srila Prabhupada says that the persons who are not knowledgeable falsely identify themselves with their material consciousness and are too much attached with their material designations. These people do not have the knowledge that they are not their body but are spirit souls, and these people are too much attached with the material designations and they think themselves to be doctors, engineers, scientists, lawyers, CAs, etc., etc. Or they might think themselves to be an American or an Indian, a man or woman, rich or poor, strong or weak, etc., etc. And all these designations and differences are only till the level of body. Since these people consider themselves to be body and not soul, so they consider their birthplace to be a sacred place and worship the city or the country where they are born. These people do not know that this body is a gift of material nature, which is the external energy of Krishna, and are too much attached with their body and the bodily relationships, like attachment with the husband or wife, children, parents, relatives, friends, etc. etc. Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna has addressed these people as mand buddhi or lazy people without any spiritual knowledge. These people are so much attached with their body and the body of their close people that they are unable to think anything beyond the level of body and have no knowledge of the spirit soul, which is the part and parcel of Krishna, and which is the driving force and is the living entity in the material body. These ignorant people are too much interested in the social work, like opening schools for poor children, giving food and clothes in the orphanages and the old age homes. All this kind of social work is wonderful, but there is something lacking in it. The food and clothes which is given to the needy people is only till the level of the body, and it does not reach the spirit soul. The reason is this, that all the material things have a limitation only till the material body. And one more very big question is there, that how much and for how long can anyone feed the poor and needy people? So only feeding and giving clothes is not sufficient. But instead, if along with the food and clothes, the spiritual knowledge is also given, then it makes complete sense. That gives an opportunity to everyone for spiritual progress as well. But the ignorant person has no knowledge of the spirit soul and thinks self-realization and topics of spiritual progress to be a myth and just an imagination. Krishna has called these ignorant people to be mand buddhi, as they are not at all interested in the path of spiritual realization and are too busy in the various acts of social service of charity. For these people, taking care of the bodily needs is of utmost importance. So these people are much concerned about the well-being of their own body and about their near and dear ones. Now Krishna advises to the spiritually awakened people who are knowledgeable that they are not their body but are spirit souls. Not to approach, not to disturb or agitate the materially engrossed people. And Krishna has advised this because life is uncertain and very valuable, and the human life is only meant for God realization. And if it will be or ignorant persons, the knowledgeable persons should never tell the ignorant person that you are not this body, you are spirit soul, and that all your efforts to keep your body fit and healthy will actually not keep your body in perfect healthy condition always. And it is because the ignorant person considers himself to be the body and is unable to understand anything beyond the body. So it is just a waste of time which is so valuable. Hence Krishna has advised not to disturb the work of an unintelligent or an ignorant person. Srila Prabhupada says that Men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness, and therefore Lord Krishna advises the knowledgeable persons not to disturb the ignorant and simply waste their valuable time. Srila Prabhupada gives a beautiful analogy for the ignorant people who are too much interested in their so-called social work of charity. Srila Prabhupada says that if a man is drowning and the other man simply shouts saying that I have saved him, by only holding the coat of the drowning man, then has he really saved the man? No, he has not, because he is only having the coat in his hand. He is only the outer covering of the soul. And if the body is looked after very well by eating good food and by doing good bodily exercises, and nothing is done to save the spirit soul, which has to accept various kinds of body in the 84 lakhs of species and have to go through endless cycle of birth and death, then it is certainly the same as only saving the coat of the drowning man. Srila Prabhupada further says that the pure devotees of the Lord are more kind and merciful than the Lord himself. They, in spite of the Lord telling them not to agitate the ignorant people, approach the ignorant people and try to engage them in the activities of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for the human beings. Srila Prabhupada says that Nityanand Prabhu would go knocking at every door and request everyone to chant the holy name of Krishna. And in this process, Nityanand Prabhu was so many times attacked by the who is the first expansion of Lord Vishnu. He appeared as Lakshman when Lord appeared as Ram. Then he appeared as Balaram when Lord appeared as Krishna. And Nityanand Prabhu is Anant Shesh, on whom Lord Vishnu is always resting in the Shir Sagar. Nityanand Prabhu is non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but is so merciful and kind when appeared as a devotee to give the Harinam Sankirtan to everyone. Same goes for our loving Guru Srila Prabhupada, who went across the world at the age of 70 and gave Harinam Sankirtan and the chanting of Mahamantra to the hippies and the entire world. Srila Prabhupada risked his life by suffering 2 heart attacks during his ship journey in Jaldut. But Srila Prabhupada was not discouraged, nor was he afraid of dying. He had only one thought in his heart and soul, that he has to fulfill the dreams of his Guru Maharaj Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur. Srila Prabhupada did unimaginable things like lost all hopes from the hippies, but Srila Prabhupada, only by chanting the Mahamantra and by teaching them Bhagwat Gita, Bhagwatam, and most importantly, Srila Prabhupada's love and inconceivable compassion for every living entity changed these unruly hippies into happy Krishna devotees. Is it not surprising that how could Prabhupada do all this in merely 10 years? And besides this, he did the translation of 18,000 shlokas of Bhagwatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he wrote many small books as well. The answer for this is given in Bhagwat. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam, sadhunam hridayam tvaham, madanyat tena jananti, naham tebhyo managapi. In Bhagavatam, 9:468. Krishna says, the pure devotees is always within the core of my heart, and I am always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. These are the words of Krishna, which is stated in 9:468 in Bhagwatam. Now we know that how our dearest Guru Srila Prabhupada could accomplish such mountainous tasks. It's because that he has Krishna with him always, and Prabhupada is Krishna Kripa Murti. So he can give Krishna Bhakti to anyone and everyone who comes in his contact. And the best way to be in association with Srila Prabhupada is by reading his books. So the next time when any devotee of ISKCON approaches you with a book like Bhagwat Gita, Bhagwat Darshan, or a Krishna book, please do not refuse. Quickly grab it and get the divine association of Srila Prabhupada. Now let's quickly revise this shloka, which is extremely important for everyone and especially for the devotees who are full-time engaged in the preaching work of Krishna. In this shloka, Krishna has advised clearly to the learned people not to disturb or agitate the ignorant people who are too much in the bodily concept of life. Rather, the knowledgeable person should pursue his spiritual activities silently and not waste his valuable time in uselessly trying to preach the ignorant person. And if possible, the learned person can engage the ignorant person in some kind of Krishna conscious activity. But the pure devotees of the Lord are more merciful and compassionate than Krishna himself. So they risk their life and approach people to help them become Krishna conscious, as they know the purpose of the Lord for giving Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, to make the human beings Krishna conscious, which is the sole aim of the human life. I thank each one of you for watching the video so attentively and carefully. And I thank Srila Prabhupada for explaining to us the most secretive knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now at the end of the video, let us answer 2 questions to make us feel confident that we have understood the shloka properly. Question number 1. What Krishna has advised to the knowledgeable persons and why? Question number 2. Why does the devotee approach people when Krishna has advised not to approach the ignorant people? Please do write your answers in the comment box, and in case you have any queries or questions, please do write. I will surely try to answer them with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,